When it comes to the clutch sports circle, names like Rich Paul, Mav Carter, and especially LeBron James sit at the center of how NBA stories get shaped today. They don't just react to the media cycle, they steer it, flip it, and sometimes rewrite the past years later like it's a remix. Anytime they touch a podcast mic, the same play shows up. Suddenly, LeBron's Heat years turn into a story where the team was stacked, but somehow still not enough.
Obviously, my first year in Miami, yeah, we had a big three. And everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys, which was still okay, but we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Udonis, but we didn't have enough.
And every loss magically lands on role players instead of his performance. Let's pause that right there. LeBron James and Rich Paul move as one unit. Same mindset, same strategy, same script. Watch closely and you'll see it every time. Not just revising history, but constantly framing setbacks as a lack of help narrative, with air quotes loud as ever.
When you come to back half of the season, where guys are really, now they have their conditioning,
they're scouting you different, they're preparing for you more. Yeah,
it's one thing. Then when you go into the playoffs, we seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled.
Finney Smith and Hachimura got tied up. James fell out of his hands, picked up by McDaniels. McDaniels down the lane, inside, layup, good, and the foul. Tied up, Randall played him well. Back to Finney Smith, into the hands of James, fires up a three, side of the backboard.
Oh.
Now look at the fan base that calls LeBron the GOAT. For some strange reason, this supposed all-time legend is always shorthanded. That's with Wade and Bosh, then Kyrie and Love, and now Luka and Austin Reeves. If he's truly the best ever by a mile, why does the bar for help keep moving? Every legend needed help, no doubt, but none of them demanded a flawless 10 out of 10 roster with zero cracks just to compete. With LeBron fans, if even one piece feels off, the complaints don't stop, ever. Take this current Lakers roster as the clearest example. Luka and Reeves are both top 10 scorers in the entire league, each hovering around 30 a night. No other team in the NBA has that kind of scoring luxury on one roster. For the average fan, that's a dream setup. For Rich Paul and LeBron, somehow it's still not enough help. And here's where it gets wild. Austin Reeves, borderline All-NBA, major most improved buzz, is now being floated as a sixth man by that same camp. That makes no sense. You don't fix depth by benching elite production. That's not balance. That's backward thinking.
Ideally, Austin Reeves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer sixth man, right?
Yeah, but
that's
he's
not
paid,
this.
But he's paid as a starter.
He's paid. I get it. On the Spurs, he'd be the sixth man, right? Especially back in the day.
The Spurs made that decision, and you know what Ginobili did? He embraced it. Right. And how many championships they win? 5.
Yeah.
It's those type of decisions to be made.
This Lakers issue isn't about star power. It's about expectations. You already have a rare scoring combo most teams would kill for. Acting like it's lacking only exposes how warped the standards have become. This part gets overlooked way too often. Before LeBron came back, Marcus Smart was actually cooking. He was locked in, playing strong defense, starting games, and giving you around 10 points a night while doing the dirty work. Over 11 games, 9 starts, real impact. Same story with Jake LaVeria. In LeBron's absence, his role expanded and his production jumped. More confidence, more minutes, more rhythm. He looked like a completely different player out there. But here's the switch up. The second LeBron returns, both guys see their minutes chopped, and suddenly they're riding the bench. And then we hear complaints about lack of depth. That argument doesn't hold weight. Let's keep it real. History shows championships are won by superstars and elite top options. Depth helps, no doubt, but if you have true star power at the top, you can survive thinner rotations. No team has ever won a title without elite talent leading the way. So once again, let's stop Rich Paul right there. This is the same move every time. Revise the past, tweak the story, and act like the blueprint suddenly changed. Now look at the complaints being pushed. Length, speed, shooting. Those are issues for almost every team that loses a playoff series. If we're being honest, the most recent Lakers loss came down to one thing: LeBron James not delivering in the biggest moments. Go back to Game 1 in Los Angeles, a must-win at home. Christmas Day spotlight, third seed, home court advantage, everything lined up. Luka showed up with 37 points like clockwork. Meanwhile, LeBron didn't match the moment. His second option wasn't sharp either. 8 for 18 from the field, 4 turnovers, and just 1 for 5 from deep. That's not enough for a postseason opener at home. Game 1 matters a lot. League history shows the winner of Game 1 takes the series about 75% of the time. LeBron coming up empty there wasn't small. It was massive. Then comes Game 4. Lakers down 2-1, series hanging in the balance. Win that game and it's tied. Momentum shifts, best of 3 heading back home. Lose it and you're buried. What happened? Lakers lose and go down 3-1. Basically, curtains. And in the fourth quarter, LeBron goes 0 for 2. 0 points plus a brutal turnover. That's the swing moment right there. Now let's be fair. Luka wasn't at his absolute MVP peak either. Reeves didn't have his best series, no argument. If you want to place blame on Luka as the number 1 option, that's reasonable. But the one name barely mentioned in the blame game is LeBron James. And when you look at those late game no-shows and costly mistakes, it's clear those moments played a major role in how that series slipped away. Here's something that needs to be said loud and clear. When it comes to NBA blame games, the third option usually gets way less heat than the second option. That's normal basketball logic. But with LeBron fans, the rules shift depending on what helps LeBron in that moment. If LeBron is labeled the top option, suddenly the third option catches more blame than anyone else. But if LeBron gets framed as the third option, now it's excuses season. He's old. He's just the third guy. You can't blame him. That flip-flop says everything. Let's rewind to 2022. Russell Westbrook was clearly the third option on those Lakers teams. Who took the heat all year long? Westbrook. No hesitation, no mercy, no context. LeBron fans had zero problem dumping the blame on a third option back then. Now fast forward to 2026. LeBron is the third option and suddenly the tone changes completely. Now it's, you can't blame him. He's just the third guy. That's not fair. Same role, totally different energy. That right there sums it up perfectly. When it benefits LeBron, the third option gets tossed under the bus. When LeBron is the third option, accountability disappears. So let's pause and read between the lines of Rich Paul's comments.
So when you look at it now, athleticism, length, shooting, speed, right? Because now, can the Lakers play fast? I don't think so. And style of play. You can't, you know, that style of play is going to be very easy to guard.
What's really being said? He's pointing the finger at guys like Reeves and Luka Doncic, especially Luka, and suggesting their play style doesn't translate to championships. Now, to be fair, Luka hasn't won a title yet. That part is true. But if we're talking recent results, who's actually delivered when it matters? Look at the last 5 years. Luka made the Western Conference Finals in 2022 and the NBA Finals in 2024. That's real postseason impact. Meanwhile, LeBron over that same stretch, a rough 12-20 playoff record. If the question is whose path you follow moving forward, LeBron or Luka, the answer is obvious. Luka has been the more effective postseason player in recent years. No debate. If this breakdown hit for you, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more real NBA talk. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.